bottom 20% for both income and net assets nearly doubled between 2020 and 2025. In local news, Busan Mayor Park Hyung-jun will step down 4 days before the end of his official term and hold a farewell ceremony at Busan City Hall on June 26th. Busan City said the early departure is intended to give Busan Mayor-elect Jeon Jae-soo additional time to prepare the mayoral office before taking office. Meanwhile, attention is focused on a potential conflict between Jeon's pledge to build a retractable roof dome stadium at North Port and the current administration's plan to rebuild Sajik Baseball Stadium. The Sajik redevelopment project has already secured 29.9 billion won in national funding, meaning the city would have to return the money if the project is cancelled. Concerns are growing over the spread of algae in the lower Nakdonggang River as harmful blue-green algae levels continue to rise and hotter than normal weather is expected this summer. Monitoring data showed algae cell counts at the Chilsa intake point increased from about 4,900 cells per milliliter on June 1st to about 7,300 on June 8th. At the Bulgunmeri intake point, the figure jumped from about 2,400 to about 8,500 during the same period. The Nakdonggang River Basin Environmental Office issued this year's first algae alert for both locations on June 8th. Environmental groups are calling for the early opening of river weirs to improve water flow, while the government plans to open them gradually during the peak algae season. In international news, global sports betting during the 2026 FIFA World Cup is expected to reach a record $50 billion. According to a report by investment bank Macquarie, cited by BBC, average betting volume could reach $500 million per match. Total wagers would be about 40% higher than the $35 billion recorded during the 2022 Qatar World Cup. Macquarie said the increase is being driven by the expansion of the tournament from 32 to 48 teams and from 64 to more than 100 matches. And now for today's weather. The weather will be mostly clear throughout the day. Daytime highs are expected to range from 27 to 29 degrees Celsius. The temperature in Busan is currently 25 degrees Celsius. And that wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is For My Busan with Laura McLucky. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Love is more enjoyable than marriage for the same reason that fiction is more entertaining than history. That's one of those quotes that make you stop and think. Then there's this saying that marriage is like a fever that begins with intense heat and ends with a chilling cold. Not exactly the most romantic view of marriage, right? If you want to get married, it's worthwhile to ask yourself, will I still enjoy talking with this person when we're very old? Because when you think about it, marriage lasts a lot longer than romance. And that raises a pretty interesting question. What is marriage all about, really? Hello, everyone. I'm Yulian. Welcome to the For My Busan.
스르르 잠이 온다 사랑은 이렇게도 쉽게
This is 800에 by 소유, 기리보이, and 기현.
혹시
팔이 저리면 말해줘 난 괜찮아 너 불편하면 말해줘 우린 연인 같은 거 필요 없이 이 정도로 충분하네 네가 원하는 거 내가 다 해줄 테니 말해 알람을 꺼놓은 채로 잠에 들어 숨 막힐 정도로 이불을 덮어가면 추워 가끔 내가 이불이 돼요 매일매일 너를 안고 있고 싶어 왜냐면 너가 아픈 건 그 어떤 것보다 싫어
그 기쁨에서 기대 잠깐 쉴게요 오늘 참 많이 바빠 고단했어요 그대 있으면 난 약이 돼내 전부 같은 사랑이라서
잠이 온다 그대가 해준 발베개 사랑은 이렇게도 쉽게 다가와서 나를 안아요 잠이 온다 그대가 해준 키스에 두 눈을 감고 있어도 그대만 I think I fell in love with you
어쩌면 행복이란 것은 우릴 두고 생긴 단어 가만히 보고 있어도 난 웃음이 나잖아 더 이상 뭐가 필요해 그냥 손만 잡아도 우린 지구 아닌 우주까지 갈 수가 있잖아 너가 너무 바쁜 내게 쓰다듬어 줄때 너가 너무 아픈 나를 끌어안아줄때 꾀병을 부리고 싶어 나을 수가 없지 내 판에 누워있는 너 이보다 나을 순 없지
그 기쁨에서 기대 잠깐 쉴게요 오늘 참 많이 바빠 고단했어요 그대 있으면 난 약이 돼내 전부 같은 사랑이라서
잠이 온다 그대가 해준 발베개 사랑은 이렇게도 쉽게 다가와서 나를 안아요 잠이 온다 그대가 해준 키스에 두 눈을 감고 있어도 그대만 I think I fell in love with you
잠들어있는 그 모습까지도 너무 사랑스러워서 혹시 그대가 갈까봐 조심스럽게 다가가 사랑한다 속삭이며 입을 맞춰요
잠이 온다 그대가 해준 발베개 사랑은 이렇게도 쉽게 다가와서 나를 안아요 잠이 온다 그대가 해준 키스에 두 눈을 감고 있어도 그대만 I think I fell in love with
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Yulian, and welcome to For My Busan. So I was here starting from yesterday, and I will be hosting For My Busan until tomorrow because Laura is gone for her vacation. Now, but I did see a message coming in from Scottish 아줌마님, which obviously is Laura in our Not2 channel. She says, hello, everyone. Miss you all. Thank you, Yulian. So wherever you are, Laura, it's so nice to know that you're still thinking about your program and think about all of us here at the studio. So hi back to you. And we're seeing a lot of people coming online as well saying, 워추님, saying 유리아님이랑 재밌게 방송 즐기고 있겠습니다. 네, 저도 오늘 즐겁게 잘 2시간 동안 해보겠습니다. All right, so, it is June, and this is the perfect season for weddings, right? It's not too hot, not too humid, and it's neither too windy nor too cold. I think it was a little bit windy today morning, but still. What could be better than weather like this for a wedding? Now, in Korea, May and June are the most popular months for weddings. So many people become busy during this wedding season, attending one wedding after another. Now, do you remember, if you're married, how you planned your wedding? And if you haven't gotten married yet, do you have plans for how you want it to go? Of course, the bride and groom are the stars of the wedding, but another important part of any wedding is the guests, right? Estimating how many people will attend, sending out those invitations, and preparing meals to thank them for, celebrating with you is not an easy task. Sometimes more guests show up than expected, while other times fewer people attend. Recently, there was this interesting study, an unusual wedding guest matching platform. Not a study, there was a new platform that has appeared in the United States. The platform allows couples to sell empty seats at their wedding to members of the public. Wow, this is the first time I've heard about this. This is brilliant. So this helps couples reduce the cost of meals that have already been paid for, while guests who purchase a seat can enjoy the food, atmosphere, and the celebration of a beautiful wedding. Of course, not just anyone can attend. Interested guests must first request a seat and complete an identity verification process. The couple then reviews the applicant's profile and decides whether to approve the request. The cost of a seat typically ranges from $30 to up to $60 per person. So what about you? Would you be willing to pay money to attend a stranger's wedding? This reminds me of the movie Wedding Crashers. They weren't paying no money to go to anyone's wedding, but now it's official. You can pay money and sit on someone else's wedding and enjoy the celebration. It's brilliant. All right, so today, you might have guessed, we're going to talk about marriage. What do you think is the most important quality in a marriage partner? If you could choose just one, what would be your most essential requirement for the person who you would marry? 자, 오늘은 결혼 상대에 관한 이야기를 좀 해보려고 합니다. 결혼 상대를 결정할 때 가장 중요하게 생각하는 것은 무엇인가요? 외모일까요? 유머 감각? 성격? 경제력? 식성? 그리고 다양한 것들이 있겠죠. 결혼 상대를 결정할 때 꼭 봐야 하는 것. 저는 이거만큼은 포기하지 못하겠다. 이런 것이 있다면 저희에게 알려주세요. 그리고 가장 듣고 싶은 듀엣곡. 오늘은 듀엣곡입니다, 여러분. 이것도 하나 신청해 주세요. You can be the prize winner of the day. Please participate in the show through 샵 9050 9050. You can text message us through there. It will cost you 100 won. You can also send us a message through KakaoTalk and the live chat through NutTube as well. All right, coming up in the first half of the show, we have Newsfeed where we're going to stay updated on the latest news from Busan with 김규비 주무관님, and also on the mic where we're going to hear stories of Busan locals encountered on the streets of Busan. We also have Busan Life Solution, where we hear real-life questions from foreigners living here in Busan and get helpful answers as well as solutions. In the second half, we have Global Chatter Squad. This is a corner I'm looking forward to. It's one topic. We're going to get multiple perspectives from 3 people, including me. We're going to have panelists join in on the conversation, and they're going to be from diverse backgrounds. We're all going to share our own stories, cultures, and opinions based on one topic. Next, we have Busan Playlist. It's a daily interactive segment where listeners and hosts create a playlist together. And lastly, Dr. Yulian, where I pick a random keyword real time and I just share with you everything I know about the word, my personal stories, my experiences, and so forth. All right, so let's move on to our next segment.
System check complete. Destination set. Busan.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us and have a pleasant day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're now making our approach to Busan. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. We've just landed. Welcome to For My Busan.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm now here with QB, who is the 김QB 주무관님.
Yes.
And this is our first time meeting. Nice to meet you.
만나서
It's like,
반갑습니다.
it's so weird when I'm speaking English, but I have to bow. It's like, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you all.
And then hi, again, in the American style. How's your day coming in here? Did you have a busy day today?
Unfortunately, it is very busy nowadays because there are so many events and festivals happening all across the city, you know. So.
Is it because of the concert that's coming up?
Yes. But we are enjoying our work at the city also.
I see. I think your smile is a little bit forced. Let's enjoy this, you know. We can get through this.
Yes.
Let's just laugh and enjoy it as we can.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yes. Yes,
Okay.
it will be all over soon. Fighting. All right, so you're supposed to tell us about the latest happenings here in Busan. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, so you can start us off then.
Okay, so this week's all about experiencing more of what Busan has to offer. So one story invites people to see how design can shape everyday life, and the other is packed with shopping discounts and rewards for both residents and visitors.
So we're talking about design, we're talking about shopping.
Yes.
All right, so let's start with the design story because I did see those pamphlets or the advertisement for the design festival in
yes.
Mexico, right? And I if it wasn't for, my busy schedule, I would have been there. So I heard Busan is also opening a special exhibition called Junho's Walk
Yes.
that's a partially of the Busan Design Festival. Is that correct?
Yes. So from today through June 14th, Busan City is operating a special. Oh, look at that! Junho's
That's
산책, yes.
the Junho of Lee Junho. He's the member of 2 p.m.
Yeah.
turned actor.
Yes, our.
I think the
proud
younger
ambassador.
generation probably know him better as an actor.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
So Busan City is operating a special exhibition at Mexico for the Busan Design Festival. And the exhibition is called Junho's Walk, 준호의 산책, and features actor Lee Junho, our ambassador for Busan's World Design Capital campaign.
We're not actually seeing the actor Lee Junho, right? Is he going to be walking at the Junho's Walk?
Maybe through the media wall, yeah, he will.
Through the media wall.
All day, yes.
Oh, that's a shame. But maybe we can see Junho walking at the Junho's Walk.
Yes.
All right. So when people hear the word design, though, they often think of, architecture, something really creative, beautiful to look at, but distant from everyday life. But this exhibition seems to take a bit of a different approach.
Yes, and the goal is to help people experience how design improves daily life. And the exhibition is built around the theme of exploring Busan's daytime and nighttime landscapes through design.
Okay, so it's less about looking at displays and more about kind of you get to experience the design yourself.
Yes, and visitors can walk through 4 spaces: Junho's Room, Universal Bus Station, Gwangan Bridge, and the world design capital Busan Garden.
Okay. And what I find interesting is that these are all spaces I am familiar with.
Yeah,
Except for Junho's room. I haven't been into his room yet.
Let's go together.
I wonder what's in Junho's room. But Gwangan Bridge, World Design Fest, Capital Busan Garden.
Bus station, bridge, garden, yes.
Oh, right. And it feels like the exhibition is telling the story of design through these places that we are used to as a Busan local.
Yes, and there will also be events, photo zones, social media challenges, and special souvenirs created in collaboration with local young artists. So make sure to check that out.
All right. So I can see that Busan wants people to feel that design isn't something very far and difficult. It's something that, it can be part of our daily lives and we can enjoy. All right. So we can move on to the second story. You talked about something cheap having a good deal. Is that right? That just caught my ear.
Yes, Busan is launching a special big sale week until June 16th. The idea is to support local businesses and spread the economic benefits of the many events and festivals taking place across the city.
All right. And there are quite a lot of incentives, right, for residents and visitors here in Busan, right?
More than 550 local businesses and 9 major retailers are participating in special promotions. Customers can receive an additional 2% 동백전 cashback on top of existing benefits.
Oh, I see. So many businesses taking part in this. So this is already a pretty good reason to go out and you explore new places of the city if you haven't. But let's talk about where we can see these types of discounts.
So there are plenty of places participating in this event. Busan Jin Market is offering 10% discounts on all items.
All items. It's already cheap there over there in Busan. We go to Busan Gym Market to get a deal. And on top of that, 10%.
Yes, and businesses in areas including 해리단길, 점포사이길, and 부산대 쇼핑거리 are offering discounts, giveaways, and other special promotions.
Oh, 해리단길 and 점포사이길. You know, I actually go there for vintage shopping. Have you been?
You know, you mean the 해리단길 area?
해리단길 and 점포사이길. What do you call 그 구제?
구제시장.
구제시장 I like. Do you like?
Oh, I used to go to Guje Market, vintage market at Nampodong area.
Nampodong area, yes.
That's very
If I
famous
have
for.
more time, I used to go to Nampodong. But there is like some appearing in 해리단길 as well.
I didn't know that.
But you know what? It's not
The
cheap.
quality?
It is so expensive. Yeah, these are high quality 구제.
I didn't know that
Vintage.
there are vintage stores in
There
해리단길.
are vintage stores. And I'm hoping, because you said businesses in 해리단길 and this 점포사이길, I'm hoping the vintage stores there are also doing this discount because I love going out and shopping there.
I hope so. I don't know the details, but maybe, yeah.
Maybe. All right, so it is a chance to, revisit some of Busan's popular neighborhoods. Everyone, visit 해리단길, 점포사이길. You also mentioned 부산대, 쇼핑거리, 부산진 Market. Right. So many neighborhoods are taking part in this.
Yes, and here's another benefit. Busan is releasing a special 동백전 tourism gift card. A 50,000 won card can be purchased for just 42,500 won, a 50% discount. And buyers will also receive a limited edition boogie keyring as a special gift.
So a discount and a cute keyring.
There are so many reasons to shop this week, especially for this
Let's
week.
just open our wallets, everyone. Let our money fly out. Take my money and let's buy. Yeah, it's a good season to go shopping, right? And you can get the 한정판 부기 굿즈.
Yeah, there are many fans out there.
These are really cute.
박 PD님.
PD님, really? Is your room full of boogie stuff? Are you a secret collector of boogie goods?
탐난다. He said 탐난다. Okay.
PD님 has a very passion for boogie. I can see in his eyes.
Maybe then I will bring Boogie into our studio for special appearance. Would that be okay?
A little bit of a fan service? Okay, got you. All right, so what a deal. Do you have any more benefits in shopping here?
Anyone who spends more than 100,000 won using 동백전 during the event period will automatically be entered into a prize drawing. So more than 25,000 winners, 25,000명 이상, will receive rewards ranging from 5,000 Korean won to 50,000 Korean won in 동백전 credits.
That's a lot of people.
Yes.
I like how you said 25,000, 25,000원. 이걸 지금 강조하시는 거잖아요.
그렇습니다. 지금
많은 사람들에게.
이 기간에 10만 원 이상만 쓰시면 바로 자동 응모가 됩니다. 그래서
자동 응모. 귀찮은 게
돼요.
하나도 없다는
하나도
점.
없어요. 동백전으로 10만 원 이상만 쓰시면 25,000분 이상이 5,000원에서 5만 원 사이의 동백전을 가져가실 수 있어요. What a deal.
What a deal. 왜 안 하실 거냐고요? 그렇죠.
같이 합시다. Let's do it together.
Come on. You have to shop using 동백전.
Yes.
We'll get cash back. And we have also an entry into this prize drawing system where you can win up to 50,000 won. 5만 원이 당첨될 수도 있다는 점을 강조해 주셨어요.
강조하고 싶습니다.
네. So we are stacking discounts on top of the cashback, on top of the prize events.
Yes.
So this week is, I feel like I just really have to go shopping now. I have to get out there. Well, I have to fill up my 동백장 credit and be out there on the streets.
That's true. So there's also a Busan pop-up store at Busan Station Plaza on June 12th and 13th. Visitors can discover local products, Busan beauty items, cultural performances, and tourism information all in one place.
All right. So even if you're not planning on a per se shopping trip, it's worth stopping by and seeing what's happening in all these venues, right?
Yes. There are a lot of things happening right now. So
Thank you, Kyubi-님, for such a fun and lively discussion on what's the discounts that are very encouraging to make everyone go shopping. And let's remember, if you're a fan of Lee Junho, Junho's walk, you don't see Junho walking, you get to walk into his room at Bexco.
yes.
Junho fans out there, let's go. All right, thank you for this, and I will see you some other time,
yes.
someday.
Maybe someday, yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Kyubi-님. All right, we will now move on to our next segment, On the Mic.
네, 안녕하세요. 올리비아입니다. 오늘은 부산의 새로운 물결을 빚는 양조인을 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 부산 금정구에서 전통주를 빚고 있는 유승현이라고 합니다.
와.
네, 감사합니다.
스스로의 수식어를 부산의 새로운 물결을 빚는 양조인이라고
네,
해줬어요.
저도 많은 걸 하면서 살아오긴 했는데 전통주 중에 약주랑 소주를 빚고 끓이고 있습니다. 그리고 단순히 부산에서 술을 빚는 것을 넘어서 부산의 새로운 맛있는 술들을 소개하고 새로운 주류 문화 많이 알려드리고 싶어서 문화의 파도라고 하잖아요. 그런 파도 같은 물결을 빚고 싶다. 호불호를 담은 소개입니다. 네.
좋아요. 그러니까 예전에는 술이라고 하면 무조건 몸에 안 좋고
그렇죠.
좀 부정적인 인식이 강했어요. 하지만 지금은 또 우리의 얼이 담겨있는 이것 또한 식문화 중에 하나로서 지금은 이제 그런 시대가 됐는데
진짜 많이 변화하고 있고 이제 젊은 사람들 위주로 더 많이 변화를 하고 있는데 취하는 문화가 아닌 이제 즐기는 문화로 많이 바뀌고 있거든요. 예전에는 주량이 몇 병이냐 이런 질문을 많이 했잖아요. 어떤 술을 좋아하냐, 어떤 술을 즐겨 마시냐 이런 질문들로 바꿔가는 과정이지 않나 싶습니다.
새로운 문화를 만들어가는 사람, 우리의 전통을 지켜가는 사람이라는 의미를 담아서 모시고 싶었거든요.
영광입니다.
대표님은 어떻게 부산의 새로운 물결을 빚게 되셨습니까?
네, 짧게 말씀드리면은 저도 이제 부산에서 태어나가지고 다양한 꿈들을 꿨습니다. 그리고 아직도 꾸고 있고요. 부산과 그 동네가 너무 좋은 거예요. 밤에 나가서 떡볶이나 이런 닭꼬치 이런 것도 먹을 수 있고 동네 친구들도 불러서 같이 놀고 싶고 부산의 이런 냄새와 정취야 이런 게 너무 좋아가지고 부산을 떠나고 싶지 않은데 공대다 보니까 주변에 이제 졸업하는 친구들이 다 주변 공업도시나 서울권으로 다 떠나기 시작하더라고요. 그리 멀지 않은 동네인데도 불구하고 그렇게 가면은 또 자주 만나기가 쉽지 않게
맞아.
되고 내가 뭔가 지키고 싶다 이런 마음이 좀 들었고 내가 잘할 수 있는 게 뭐가 더 있을까 고민을 많이 했고 전통주에 대한 관심도가 제가 높아졌습니다. 전통주 지역 특산주 면허 같은 경우에는 배달이 가능하고 온라인에서 주문이 가능하고 살렸던 것 같습니다. 이제 뭐 양조를 꿈꾸면서 다양한 주종에 관심을 갖게 되면서는 술 자체에 대한 또 집중, 술 자체가 어떤 가치를 가지고 있는지 어떤 맛과 향을 내는지 그리고 어떤 이야기가 담겨 있는지에 대해서 조금 더 집중을 하게 되면서 이제 깊은 매력에 빠지게 된 것 같습니다.
양조장이 만들어지고
네.
내가 원하는 맛, 내가 원하는
네.
게 딱 만들어졌어요. 한번 떠올려 볼까요?
근데 처음에는 희열보다는 의구심이 좀 많이 들었던 것 같고 제품을 만드는 과정에는 다양한 레시피들이 있었고 그중에 하나를 골라야 되는 그런 상황이 있잖아요. 전부 다 제품화를 시킬 수가 없다 보니까 이 중에 하나를 골라야 되고 뭐 어떤 이야기를 붙여야 되고 뭐 이런 과정들이 있을 때는 굉장히 의구심이 많았는데 부산 국주 주류 박람회라고 이제 8월 달에 항상 열리는 게 있습니다. 거기서 많은 분들이 오셔서 저희가 열심히 설명드리고 맛보여드리고 맛있다, 이거 괜찮다 근데로 굉장히 실적이 좋았거든요. 그래서 그때는 내가 수많은 고민한 그런 과정들이 틀리진 않았구나. 엄청났죠, 희열이.
물이 되게 중요하잖아요.
네, 맞습니다.
어떤 물로 만들어요?
저희 부산에도 굉장히 좋은 물이 흐르는 곳이 있습니다. 부산의 수원지에서 오는 물을 3번 정도 정수를 해서 정제해서 사용을 하고 있습니다.
다른 지역과 우리 부산의 차이가 있을까? 이게 궁금했었어요.
술을 만들 때 또 중요한 것이 원재료지 않습니까? 부산의 쌀, 부산에서 나오는 쌀의 90%를 책임지고 있는 가락이라는 지역이 있습니다. 그곳의 쌀을 사용하고 있고요. 바다랑 낙동강이랑 조금 붙어있는 곳이다 보니까 좀 해풍의 영향이 좀 있는 것 같아요. 미네랄이나 감칠맛들이 좀 더 올라오고 한국판 때루아라는 그런 것들이 좀 있고 뭔가 대표해서 말씀드리기에는 조금 힘든 부분이 있지만 부산의 술들 같은 경우에는 국밥이라고 생각을 하거든요. 전통이 있긴 하지만 다양한 재료들이 섞여가지고 새로운 맛을 내고 새로운 기술들이 들어오고 제가 부산하면 갖는 이미지가 과거와 미래가 만나는 도시라고 생각을 하거든요.
그렇죠.
그래서 전통을 가져오신 양조사분들이 새로운 도전을 굉장히 많이 하고 계세요. 그렇게 융합이 되면서 새로운 부산식 전통주들이 많이 만들어지고 있다. 그렇게 말씀드리고 싶습니다.
의미 있네요. 방송을 보고 있거나 듣고 있는 분들에게 전하고 싶은 메시지가 있다면
부산과 우리의 한국 술은 굉장히 닮아 있다. 열심히 하시는 분들이 굉장히 많습니다. 저를 포함해서 많은 관심을 부탁드린다.
부산의 술은 어떤 정신을 담고 있을까요?
하나로 딱 집어서 말씀드릴 수는 없지만 해외에서도 많이 오시고 한국에서도 많은 분들이 놀러 오시잖아요. 다양한 분들이 즐길 수 있는 다양한 술들이 있다. 좋은 장점이라고 생각을 하거든요.
좋아하는 영어 단어나 영어 표현이 있나요?
니체가 한 유명한 명언인데 What doesn't kill you makes you stronger 이라는 말이 있는데 사람이 이제 살아가면서 다양한 성장을 겪을 때가 있는데 그때마다 필수적으로 동반되는 고통들이 있더라고요. 그런 고통을 잘 이겨내고 내가 성장하는 그런 과정을 내 자신을 응원하는 그런 말로 회복 탄력성이라고 하는데 항상 내 마음속에 품고 있는 말. 네.
여러분
부산 청년 여러분 떠나지 마세요.
부산 청년들 많이 많이 사랑해주세요.
부산의 다양한 문화를 사랑해주세요.
All right, so that was an interview with Mr. Yu Seung-hyun, who is a traditional liquor brewer, and he is based in Kumjeong-gu here in Busan, and he's dedicated not only to crafting alcohol but also to creating a new drinking culture unique to here in Busan. So he believes that traditional liquor culture is shifting from a focus on simply getting drunk to one centered on appreciation and enjoyment. And wanting to remain in his hometown and contribute to the local community, he chose the path of a brewer. Using purified water sourced from Busan and rice grown right here in Busan, the Garak area of Gangseogu. Apparently, that's where 90% of all the rice is grown here in Busan. So he creates traditional liquors using those two things and blend heritage with modern techniques. He said one of his most rewarding movements came at the Busan International Liquor Expo, where he got positive feedback from visitors who reaffirmed the value of his efforts and decisions. And so he also emphasized that the charm of Busan's liquor culture lies in its openness and diversity, preserving tradition while continuously embracing new challenges. I did not know that Busan's local drinking liquor culture is so diverse. He talked about how variety of drinking beverages there are out there, and I'm very curious to find out. Now, he also encouraged listeners to support Busan's young people as they pursue their dreams in the region. And lastly, his favorite English quote he said was, "What doesn't kill me makes me stronger," reflecting his belief that hardship is an essential part of growth and that resilience is key to moving forward in life. All right. Moving back to our text topic of today. Today we're talking about marriage. So what do you guys think is the most important quality in a marriage partner? If you could choose only one, what would be your most essential requirement for the person who you would marry? 네, 오늘은 결혼에 대해서 얘기를 나누고 있죠. 여러분이 결혼 상대를 결정할 때 꼭 봐야 하는 것 이거 하나가 있다면 그것에 대해서 알려주세요. 그리고 함께 가장 듣고 싶은 듀엣곡, 오늘은 듀엣곡입니다, 여러분. 듀엣곡도 하나 신청해 주세요. We'll play your songs in the second half, the Busan playlist corner. 신청곡은 2부에서 들려드리고 그때 선물도 드리도록 하겠습니다. You can be the prize winner of the day. Please participate in today's show through text message, KakaoTalk, and live chat through our YouTube channel. We're now going to take a song break. This is Beautiful Mistakes by Maroon 5.
It's beautiful, it's bittersweet. You're like a broken home to me. I take a shot of memories and black out like an empty street. I fill my days with the way you walk and fill my nights with broken dreams. I make up lies inside my head like one day you'll come back to me. Now I'm not holding on, not holding on. I'm just afraid to show going. Not holding on, not holding on. Beautiful mistakes I make inside my head. She's naked in my bed, and I will lie awake, making beautiful mistakes. I wouldn't take them back. I'm in love with the past, and I will lie awake, making beautiful mistakes. La la la, in my head. La la la, in my bed. La la la, making beautiful. It's pitiful. I can't believe how every day gets worse for me. I take a break, I cut you off to keep myself from looking soft. I fill my nights with the way you was and still wake up with broken dreams. I make these lies inside my head feel like they're my reality. Now I'm not holding on, not holding on. I'm just afraid to show up on. Not holding on, not holding on. Beautiful mistakes I make inside my head. She's naked in my bed, and I will lie awake, making beautiful mistakes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Busan Life Solution. And right now I'm joined with Kelly Ha.
안녕하세요. Hi everyone. 반갑습니다. It's good to be back at the studio. 네.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you, Lian.
Yeah, just TMI. Me and Kelly are really good friends, even outside of the station. And she didn't know that I was the
I
host
didn't know
for today's
anything
show.
about it. Right.
And we were like greeting each other with huge smiles. If you guys were seeing us
네.
through the YouTube channel, you could have told. 왜 저렇게 웃고 있는 거지, 밝게?
네.
Right. We are good friends, everyone. All right. So in this segment, we're supposed to talk about, problems that foreigners living here in Busan may face, and you're going to talk about the solutions to all these problems, right?
So, when you look around, you can probably tell the number of non-Koreans living in Busan has increased a lot over the last few years, right? And, their situations may vary, like some are international students, others are foreign workers, et cetera, right? But one thing that they have in common is that they sometimes face difficulties while living in the city, right? Well, some have problems about their visas or marriage or school life or work life, et cetera. So what I do in this segment is that I gather questions and answers from two different organizations. One is the Busan Global Center. The other is the Busan Foreign Resident Support Center, right? So I receive questions and answers, and I translate and I share those questions with you.
So helpful.
So that we can help some of our listeners, who may go through some similar situations.
Right. That's a very meaningful. This is a very meaningful segment.
Yeah, I'm glad that I can help.
I think a lot of foreigners are just like opening up their ears, like, oh, let's see what they're going to talk about. All right. So what's the first, I guess, problem that these two organizations were facing? Yes.
All right. So can you, read the first question?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Right.
So it says, my friend. So this person, my friend has a D2 student visa and was caught by immigration authorities while working part-time without permission. Okay, it was a student visa working. Okay. I'm very worried because I cannot get in touch with my friend. What should I do? My friend's visa was originally valid until the end of September, but I just checked and it has been changed to expire today. Oh.
Well, this person must be really worried, right?
I know.
So, visas are really complicated and it's really difficult to predict what comes next, right? So when it comes to cases involving working part-time without permission, well, things can lead to different outcomes depending on the circumstances.
Right.
Well, in some situations, a student may receive just a warning or a fine. But in others, well, there's even a possibility that they can face like a visa cancellation or they can be even deported, in the worst case scenario, right? So since this person is currently unable to reach their friend, well, one possibility is that they're still going through the immigration investigation process. Well, so be aware that during the progress, communication can sometimes be very limited, right?
I see.
So for now, well, just wait a little bit, give a little bit more time while continuing to try to contact them, right? And at the same time, well, according to the Busan Global Center, they would strongly recommend reaching out to their school's international office or the staff who's responsible for international students as soon as possible. Well, they may be able to provide some guidance or a little bit of help, so that they can understand what steps must be taken next, right? And well, actually, this person said that, so this person's friend was originally, so this person's friend visa was originally valid until the end of September, but that had changed, right?
To an earlier date.
Right. So as for that, well, that probably means that some kind of administrative action is currently being taken by the immigration authority, which can be a little bit scary, right?
Right.
But because of that, well, it would be also a good idea to contact the local immigration office directly to see whether they can provide any information, about their student status, like a visa status, right? So,
wow, but it seems like the situation is a little intense. Because
Right.
first, you can't get in contact with that friend, and the visa seems to have you're not getting deported right away, but you definitely have to leave the country soon.
Right. So for any international students listening at this moment, well, this is a very good reminder that working with a proper visa or proper permission can have serious consequences, right? So if you're studying in Korea with a D2 or D4 student visa and need to work part-time, make sure that you obtain the required permission, beforehand and work only within the approved conditions and hours. 네.
I see. So even if it's part-time, it's still you need the
Right.
permission and you need the required paperwork.
Exactly.
Even for part-time jobs,
네.
everyone. All right, so moving on to our next, I guess, situation. It says, I'm currently living with my family in Yeongdo-gu, Busan, which is designated as a population decline area under an F2R visa. I'm employed by a company located in Sasan-gu, and my current employment contract runs until July 2026. That's next month. However, I'm pregnant, and my employer does not wish to renew my contract. I would like to know whether I can still extend my period of stay.
A bummer, right? But based on what this person has told us, well, there doesn't seem to be any major issue with extending their stay, which is a good news, right? Well, since this person is living in a designated population decline area under F2R status and is currently employed, well, this person appears to meet the basic requirement, right? Also, because she's pregnant, the income requirement generally does not apply in the same way, So even if her employer decides not to renew the contract, well, that alone should not affect her visa extension application, which is good, right? And, but, this is something that I mention all the time, but, immigration decisions are not always very predictable, right? But based on what she said, well, Well, in what she told us, well, there does not appear to be any like immediate concern.
Right. So
네.
she's just worried that her employer is not renewing her contract, but because she is living in the population decline area,
Exactly.
her visa is pretty much secured. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. All right. So I hope that took off some concern
Right.
for
like worries, right?
yes,
네.
for the person. Now, to the next situation is says, "Hi, my wife and I are international students living in Busan. We currently rent a villa apartment on a monthly rent, 월세. Last week, the residents living on the floor below us told us that water was leaking through their ceiling. We immediately contacted our landlord, who arranged for the repair workers to come and investigate the problem. At first, we were told that the repairs would take about 3 days. During that time, we were asked not to use our bathroom at all, including the toilet and shower. As a result, my wife and I have had to walk to a nearby subway station
Oh no.
whenever we needed to use a restroom. However, the repairs have now taken much longer than expected. The workers say they're having difficulty finding the exact source of the leak, and they now estimate that the work could take up to a week. This situation
Jeez.
is becoming very difficult
oh,
for
I-
us. I can't imagine having to go to a subway station for a week to use the restroom.
I know.
And
that's
how about shower?
crazy.
Right. So
네.
it continues. The story says we have not been able to shower at home, relying on public restrooms for several days, and this is extremely inconvenient. Under these circumstances, can we ask our landlord to provide temporary accommodations, such as a hotel, until the repairs are completed?
Oh, this person must be going through a lot.
This is so
like
stressful.
Oh, this sounds like a very stressful situation, right?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know about you, but for me, like among all the maintenance issues that can happen at home, I think like a water leak
It's
has
the
to be
worst.
one of the worst.
Exactly, because
네.
it takes so long to find the source, right?
Right. So, and the water leak is called nusu in Korean, right? But the good thing is their landlord is taking steps to repair the problem, right? So, which is certainly their responsibility. The question is whether they are also required to provide a temporary accommodation while the repairs are being carried out, right? Well, in a situation like this, if the property has only one bathroom and he and his wife has been unable to use it for several days, the home may no longer be considered a home, right?
Oh,
Right? Then
technically, yeah. No, it's not a
Right.
home.
So if the repairs make it impossible for them to live there normally, well, it is completely reasonable to ask their landlord to provide alternative accommodation, such as like a hotel or like a Airbnb or any other like temporary place to stay.
Right.
They can also discuss, they said that they are actually living under 월세 system, right?
Right.
And they can also discuss a rent deduction or other compensation.
Yes.
And of course, if they were forced to stay elsewhere because the bathroom cannot be used, accommodation expenses should be covered by the landlord. Well, generally, compensation should be reasonable, similar to their normal living conditions rather than like luxurious hotel. They cannot ask like, oh, we have to stay in a like 6-star hotel or something.
Right.
They can't do that. But,
Right.
Right. And
Wow.
also many landlords actually carry property insurance or like a fire insurance, aka 화재보험, right? And they may cover water leak damages and related expenses. So while the details depend on the specific insurance policy, well, it is certainly worth asking, the landlord about this.
All right.
And yes, based on what this person has described, they have every right to request temporary accommodation or compensation while the repair is ongoing.
Yes. So you talked about the insurance policy because I'm
Right.
sure there are insurance policies that cover for situations like this.
Right.
If the landlord was living in the home,
Right.
he would probably get some kind of accommodation
Right.
fees. So he would be then giving it to their tenants, right?
Right, but
so
they
this
have
is really
to
worth
see, right, but they
looking
have to
into.
see how things go because actually they are living in the villa apartment.
Uh-huh.
Well, when it comes to villa apartment, probably like fire insurance or property insurance are a little bit more complicated than just normal apartments.
I see.
So they have to see how things go, but still, it's worth.
It's worth,
asking,
yes,
right.
you guys have all the right to ask
Exactly.
for, for him to
Really,
provide
I
accommodation.
hate Nusu.
But
I hate the water leak.
But I've never heard of it going for a week. That's a long time.
Oh, but sometimes
Really?
it takes longer. When it comes to water leak,
Oh
sometimes
my.
they really have difficulty finding where the water leak came
Right,
from.
right.
Then it could, I don't want to exaggerate, but sometimes
Right.
it could take like over a month or something.
Exactly.
네.
This is could get really sensitive, because they have a lot to talk
Right.
about. And I hope, they have someone in the middle who can speak their language and Korean well to
네.
really smooth out the situation. But this is a very tough one indeed.
All right.
All right. So
네.
next, moving on to our next.
All right.
One.
This will be our final question though,
Yes.
right?
I used to crochet a lot of years ago, and I'd like to pick it up again. Do you know where I can find? Oh, this is so lighthearted. I can find hooks and yarn in Busan. I visited a couple of dollar stores, but couldn't find anything.
Well,
we get all types of questions asked.
Right. Actually, I have actually done this segment for over like 2 years.
Right.
Every week we have new questions.
Wow, like crochet. Who would have expected? I was too serious for this thing when I was like, visa, insurance. Oh no. And then, where can you get crochet stuff?
네. Well, it's a little bit difficult because crochet is not really that trending anymore, kind of, right? But I would recommend checking out Busan 진시장 near the Bomnaekgol station, right? Well, there used to be many shops. They're, selling all kinds of yarns, hooks, and accessories for crochet, but they're not as big as before, honestly. But still, I would suggest starting there,
Yeah, that's the
Any
place
other recommendations?
No, Busan
네,
진시장 is where you go.
네.
If they don't have it, nowhere else has it, I think. The biggest market, the cheapest price. All right, everyone. All right, Kelly. Thank you for today.
See you later.
I'll see you again, definitely. And again, that was Kelly joining us for the Busan segment. All right, so we're going to close this first half with a song. It's Honey in the Summer by Public, and we'll be back in hour number 2.
Sometimes she gets moving real slow, and if we have the afternoon, well, baby, there's no telling where we go. Yeah, couples out there loving, I see them on my phone, but I don't have a sweetheart to hold when I'm alone. So I just grab my keys and snag my favorite CD, cruising on, it's just me in the front seat. She's so sweet, my honey in the summer. My honey in the summer. Summer. Love you, burning rubber. My honey in the summer. Summer. Ooh, yeah. Top down sunshine, body of funky samurai. Solo kind of guy, all I got is flowing dry. Highway midnight, record from 1979. Right turn, green line, long as I got my ride or die. Wish I could show ya, wish I could show on the Friday night on. She's lifting me up, with the windows rolled down, 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 yeah. Yeah, couples out there loving, I see them on my phone, but I don't have a sweetheart to hold when I'm alone. So I just grab my keys and snag my favorite CD, cruising on, it's just me in the front seat. She's so sweet, my honey in the summer. My honey in the summer. Summer. Love you, burning rubber. My honey in the summer. Summer. Ooh, yeah. Top down sunshine, by your funky samurai.
부산영어방송.
자갈치 시장의 활기찬 목소리, 영도 앞바다를 수놓은 은빛 윤슬, 우리가 지켜온 부산의 소중한 모습들입니다. 이제 부산은 그 이상의 내일을 준비합니다. 첨단을 달리는 에코 델타시티의 일상부터 가덕도 신공항의 하늘길, 그리고 유라시아와 북극을 잇는 북극 항로까지 세계를 향한 거침없는 도약, 그 엔진은 바로 부산 사람입니다.
우리가 부산입니다.
우리가 부산입니다.
우리가 부산입니다.
당신의 자부심이 부산의 미래를 만듭니다. 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
청년의 목소리와 아이디어로 직접 만드는 라디오. 청년 친화 도시 청취중이 당신을 기다립니다.
Youth-friendly city on air is looking for you.
부산 진구청과 부산 영어방송이 지원하는 청년 라디오 청년 친화 도시 청취중. 청년 정책, 상권, 문화, 그리고 지역 이슈. 그 어떤 이야기라도 좋습니다.
Culture, local issues, or your own unique stories. If you can dream it, you can air it. This is brought to you by Busan Jingu District and BEFM, Busan English Broadcasting.
부산에 거주하는 만 18세부터 39세 청년이라면 누구나 참여 가능합니다. 접수는 6월 21일 일요일까지.
Open to any Busan resident aged 18 to 39. Apply by Sunday, June 21st. For more details, please visit www.befm.or.kr.
자세한 내용은 부산 영어방송 홈페이지에서 확인하세요.
Hi, I'm Roberto Fernandez from Mallorca, Spain. I have been living here in Busan for more than 5 years with my Korean wife and twin boys. Back in 2020, I was invited to a game by a friend of mine. Since in Spain, football is the most beloved sport, baseball really drew my attention. In Sajic Baseball Stadium, everyone was singing the chants loudly, and that space was filled with the vibes of Busan. Everyone could truly become one body and one mind, sharing all the feelings of joy and sorrow. When I first visited here in Busan, I didn't have a family. But now, I have the whole Giants family as well as my own family. Once Busan Galnegi, you are forever Busan Galnegi. Global City Busan, we're in it together. This campaign was brought to you by BEFM, Busan 영어방송.
셰프 에드워드 레이입니다. 빨리빨리 한국 사람들은 이 말을 입에 달고 살더군요. 하지만 걸음을 멈추는 모습에 놀랐습니다.
제가 들어드릴게요.
여기 앉으세요.
가장 빠른 나라 대한민국에는 가장 따뜻한 멈춤이 있습니다. 공익광고협의회.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
엄마가 얘기하는 거 따라해봐. 부산이 좋아요.
부산이 좋아요.
For my 부산.
For my 부산. 부산으로 오세요. For my 부산.
부산? For my 부산.
부산 하면 For my Busan.
하나, 둘, 셋.
부산 is good. For my 부산.
You are listening to For My Busan.
Today, let's talk about marriage. What do you think is the most important quality in a marriage partner? If you could choose just one, what would be your most essential requirement for the person you would marry? 네, 여러분이 결혼 상대를 결정할 때 꼭 이거 하나만큼은 포기할 수가 없다가 있다면 알려주세요. 그리고 가장 듣고 싶은 듀엣곡도 하나 신청해 주세요. We'll play your songs in the second half in our corner Busan playlist. 네, 신청곡은 2부에서 들려드리고 선물도 드립니다. 100원의 문자 샵 9050으로 보내주시면 되고요. 카카오톡으로 친구 추가하셔서 메시지 보내주셔도 되고 BFM 애플리케이션도 있습니다. 부산 영어 방송 채널 너튜브로 지금 라이브 스트리밍 되고 있고요. 거기서 바로 라이브 챗으로 저희에게 메시지 보내주셔도 됩니다. You can text to sharp 9050 which will cost you just 100 won. You can also text us through Kakao Talk and the YouTube live chat. Now it is time for Global Chatter Squad. All right, so this segment is a brand new one for the new season, apparently. There are many great talkers at the station, but in this segment, I am joined by two especially witty speakers, and we're going to be...
Hey.
Is that the right characteristic for you guys? Witty?
I feel like for me, I don't know if I'm a good talker, but I'm a good joker. I think we have two jokers here.
Two jokers.
Maybe not a good talker, maybe just talk too much.
Oh, my TMI master?
Yeah.
Yes,
that's it.
yeah.
All right, I love it. So we're going to take everyday topics, and this is a very, easygoing segment where we share fun personal stories while also exploring how different countries relate to different topics.
Yeah.
So in this global age, let us discover the different cultures around the world and some lessons, if we can learn from them. And so once again, nice meeting you guys.
Yes.
Hello.
Andrew and Hayon. I've never been on air, I believe.
Together.
Hey, first time for everything.
I feel a little moved right now because you actually trained me.
Can you not say that? I'm so embarrassed.
No, my first week.
I'm not a trainer.
No, my first week at BFM, I was about to, do
really?
the news. The news.
Wow.
Yes.
So yeah, we had
remember that.
Of course.
And I was like, you were so, perfect. You're obviously perfect in English. And I was like, who am I to train her?
No, it was good. You gave me some good
know.
pointers. I think I still have the notes from that week. Yeah.
Throw it away.
No, it's good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you again.
Yes.
And I know we've been acquainted
Yeah,
for
we've met a few times for sure. Yeah, exactly.
And,
Been around the community.
Right.
Exactly.
But on air.
Yeah, on air. First time.
So
But actually, with
exciting.
this show was also the first time that we were on air together as well.
That's right.
So it's kind of, come full circle there. I like
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
First timers everywhere.
Yeah, and I kind of love this type of intimacy where, it's like 30 minutes maximum, right?
Right.
And maybe beyond that, maybe we don't want to spend beyond.
Not a single second again.
근데 일주일에 30분 너무 소중한. It's like,
완전.
and then I know in my head this is a routine. I'm going to see you.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, and it's so good to see you right now. So I don't know, like this, it's this very like nice feeling of intimacy.
Right.
But how's
30
everything?
minutes is a long time.
It is. It's really. I was going to ask you about this because when we first, our first couple episodes, we weren't worried about not having enough to talk about because between the two of us and Laura, and I think you're very similar as well. I don't think it's going to be an issue. And it's always every week. It ends up being like, oh, it's already finished? Time's done?
I think that's the thing. So I'm in Morning Wave as well. And we also started a 3-panelist discussion.
I've seen, yeah.
And always we run out of time.
Yeah.
And because if we start, pitching our own opinions, and, we
100%.
go off on topic. But that's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah, we just talk a whole lot
Yeah.
of nothing, but it's beautiful.
And maybe for the listeners, they might not know, for a typical segment, you usually have your script.
Right.
You have everything kind of prepared. And you kind of, after you do it for so long, okay, I have 2.5 pages.
Right.
That's good enough for my 15 minutes.
Exactly.
For this, I remember our first episode is like, we both had like, okay, we got this, we got that, this prepared. And we're like, we didn't look at anything.
Yeah.
I can totally relate because I had 7 pages of script. I was just so nervous. 30 minutes, that's like so much pressure.
It does seem like a long time.
And then, I almost got like 1/3 through the script.
Exactly.
Hopefully today.
I mean, we've got our listener friends chiming into. Hi, 고수님. Hi, Benny.
Hello.
Yeah. Well, today's topic is going to be really fun. I feel like I've waited my whole life for this topic.
Oh, really?
So, listeners, please, participate and let me know what you think.
Well, how about you are very passionate about this.
Okay.
You can do the introduction for us.
Please
Okay,
do.
so I think in the last 10 years, there's been a big blow up of this TV genre, which is dating shows.
연프, everyone. 연애 프로그램입니다.
Yeah, so 연프라고 많이 부르죠.
그렇죠.
Yeah, is there like a little shorter slang for dating shows in English? Not really, just dating shows.
Just dating shows,
It's a Korean thing. We're obsessed with.
We are.
Shortening everything.
Exactly.
But might I that is a Korean obsession.
Reality dating, I don't know if there's some kind of like short and I don't know.
But if you think about it, I mean, before it became such a frenzy, I remember in the 1990s, even in Korea, there was a Sunday morning dating show. It was called
Didn't know.
Jack. There was also a program called 사랑의 스튜디오. Oh my God, I'm aging myself.
Is that when we're looking
I was
into
a
our
baby,
first
guys.
love?
I was a baby watching it. I like dating shows.
I still remember the song of the 사랑해.
Yeah. Can you hum it? How does it?
When the person comes out of the stage. Is that the same show we're talking
So
about?
that's a reunion show.
Oh, okay, that sounds confused.
This was
This is a
사랑의
love one?
studio where it was a matchmaking show. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So maybe I'm not.
She's the real deal.
The real
deal about it.
You're the OG.
Yeah.
The OG generation.
But now it's just there's been a huge popularity surge with these dating shows globally. Might I say?
And I feel like if we look at like America, and then Canada kind of copies and has their own version of the American shows. Like when we think of like The Bachelor, Bachelorette, and these ones, they were kind of like the original ones. And then there were more like there was like, okay, how racy can we get this? You know, and then it grew from there.
It was like almost a battle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Andrew, for any of our listeners who aren't familiar with The Bachelor and The Bachelorette franchise, can you tell them a little bit about it?
For The Bachelor, it would be one man, and then I think it's maybe there's 20 women, I think. And then they go through, there's different ways that they eliminate some of the women. But at the end of every show, and it's on both The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, they give them a rose.
Yeah.
And if you get your rose, you stay. And then The Bachelorette would be the woman, and then it's all the men that she's trying to choose. And then at the end, they're hopefully a couple, and maybe sometimes it works out. I don't think it always works out. But
I remember it was always whoever became a couple.
Yeah.
It always made the headlines of famous magazine.
Oh, yes,
So
for
when I
sure.
would go like grocery shopping, you know, The Bachelor, something, going somewhere, or
then they'd be on
honeymoon.
like Good Morning America and all those shows, right?
Like-
and do the media tours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Totally, yeah.
It's a shortcut to.
I mean, that
celeb.
concept is a little bit like insane, in my opinion.
Yeah,
One
because it's
person.
1 versus 20. Or did you say 20?
Yeah, I think there was 20. I think
At
it was.
least more than 15.
At least 15, yeah.
But
I think that was the fun part of it, though.
I mean, that system kind of reminds me of like the old times, medieval times, when there's like a princess of a kingdom, all the the suitors of the country come in. Yeah, but are there any dating shows in that format in Korea?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if there
just
are, yeah.
like one prince or one princess and everyone's going for the same.
Yeah.
But there is a term called in Yeonpu called Maggie. Have you heard of this term? So it's a Maggie. It's a type of a fish that's a very strong. I can't explain. It's like it's sits at the top of the food chain in the river. It's very strong. It eats up everything.
So it's the apex predator.
Yeah, it's a catfish, right? And it like really murks up the water when it appears. And so in these yeonpu or these dating shows, it's just usually 4 guys, 4 girls.
Yeah.
But like halfway through the show, we get the so-and-so, the catfish Maggie come in. And he or she is supposed to be super hot, super amazing, and it stirs up the pot. And everyone's like, I thought I used to like him or her, but with this Maggie, appearing, everyone's just going, wild because new chemistry, new attraction.
Very interesting. All this time, I thought the term Maggie came from like, I didn't really look it up. I just like, oh, it's a made up word, like Maggie. Because Maggie, which is a catfish. Catfish are not that attractive.
It's not.
So
but
interesting
I think
that
the meaning has to do with,
the kind of
making the water
power.
murky and like, switching everything up.
And it does also have a term for online dating as well. We won't get into that. As
Okay.
Catfishing someone.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
We'll get that's for another time.
Well, okay. So Yulian, you're a big fan of dating shows. What are some of your favorites?
My favorites are there's one going on right now. Which is Heart Signal.
And this is a Korean show?
This is a Korean show.
Lovely title.
I think right now the most well-known dating show is Singles Inferno.
Yeah.
But before that, there was Heart Signal.
Okay.
So that was the big headline. And then Singles Inferno because it was more of a, the bikini and the showing the hot bod. It became more popular abroad. But they're doing the new season for Heart Signal. And so I'm watching that right now.
It's really funny with that Singles Inferno one, and because of the network that it's on as well, you can get it in any country.
Right.
I wonder if it would have been as successful if it was only in Korea. Like if we go back, say like 10 years when it didn't have that global reach, kind of like K-dramas in a sense where you can watch K-dramas in any country now with subtitles as well.
Right.
But yeah, that show is absolutely insane. Like
because
it's unreal.
Another very popular one is 나는 솔로. I am solo.
Oh yeah.
But
do you watch that one?
I do. I'm very. I try to. But nowadays, when I hear a rumor like, "Oh my God, this season is bonkers," I'll like tune into that one. But I am solo. That one's more like it features more everyday people.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's clear that they have a lower budget too. And it's not like
it's not flashy.
I mean,
in any
those
sense.
people, some of those people, sometimes they're just like lying on the floor. They don't even have proper mattresses. And I think that's part of the charm of the whole like experience.
Well, yeah, because I think that all of these dating shows, there's an allure to them. They want to pull people in, depending on like how they are. If it's like a Singles Inferno or a Love Island or The Bachelor or Bachelorette, there's something that draws every kind of person in.
Totally.
And I feel also, I mean, not myself, but I know there are some people, and both of you have watched quite a few, I think. Is there a certain type you like more than others?
I think it depends on who I am, who the viewer is.
For
If
sure.
I'm married, so my favorite one is, Heart Signal, but the second one is 환승연애, which is
Transit love.
Transit love.
Okay.
Because I'm married and I cannot meet anyone new, but then I can still reminisce about my past. I have that freedom.
Yeah.
And so when I'm watching Transit Love, I kind of imagine myself on the show. This is the point where I enjoy
the
dating
keyword
shows.
here is living vicariously.
Yeah, 100%.
I love, and imagination is a very healthy way to relieve of your
definitely
desires.
Yeah.
I think it helps
Proud to say.
a healthier marriage in a
Yes.
way. Andrew, when you hear the title Transit Love, what
Well,
concept do you think it is?
I thought it was just like
Give it a guess.
you move from one person to another.
Yeah, keep on moving.
Yeah. That's
I was like, this week I'm with her, and the next week I'm with this
So
one.
you've never heard of this show?
No.
Okay,
Oh.
so it's a little less than last
explain.
week, this week. So I brought in an essay that no one asked for because I'm so passionate about this part, this topic. So Matt Chachanim, it says, I'm a big fan of Yeonpoo as well. So let me know, Matt Chachanim, which one is your favorite? But Transit Love, so this is a premise. A group of single men and women, they live in this beautiful house for 3 weeks. Sometimes just looking at the beautiful house, the interior design is enough for me.
Exactly.
Like, oh, that living room, those lamps, I want that.
Yes.
And then the twist is there are couples there who have broken up.
Oh.
So until there's a big reveal in the like later episodes, they have to hide who their exes are. So they are
so nobody
living-
else knows.
No one knows. So they're living there with new people, new attractive people that they might potentially have romantic feelings for, and their exes.
Has there been any like big jealousy things?
Of
like
course, that's the
thing.
core reason why we watch, because there's a crazy amount of jealousy going on.
Yeah.
But they can't say it out loud.
Yeah.
It's all a secret.
Because, for example, if like we used to be a couple, and then you're on the show, and I'm talking to you a lot, and then I look in the corner, and
Yes,
you're like,
and then the camera probably zooms in on my eyes.
There's a lot of that.
And
and I'm just like,
in the corner going,
exactly. Exactly.
And this character, like, I have no idea that you two were a couple. Well, some couples make it a little obvious.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like, you know, like doing
me in the
dishes
back room.
together. Yeah.
And then let's have a little chit chat. Like,
Little, like,
what are you doing?
Little
kind of
glares
thing.
at each
That's
other.
hilarious.
Yes. And the camera directors, I think they hire special directors for this.
Oh, they'd have
because
to.
they have to catch the
Yeah.
most smallest details of the the eye. Where is
Yeah.
it lingering at?
For sure. Now, I think that's any reality TV show these days. There's a million
Exactly.
cameras. I mean, look at the
Exactly.
studio we're in right now. I'm sure if I did something that I'm like, oh, the camera didn't see that. Oh, yeah, it did. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like scratch my bum, and
Everybody's
they're like,
watching.
oh, look at Andrew scratching his bum over there. You know?
Exactly. Exactly.
Is that what you usually do?
100%.
So how I kind of compare it is if 나는 solo, I am solo is more like documentary style. Shows like Singles Inferno and even Heart Signal. It's a lot of pretty, like, handsome people too.
Yes.
So that's more like also there's an element of fantasy as well.
Yeah, there's I guess there's some different types, and I brought a couple things where it's like the high concept experiments, which would be like there's like the show Love Is Blind, and these ones where it's kind of like
fun one.
there's just there was one at Married at First Sight where these people, like the professionals, set them up, but they never meet each other until they're at the altar getting married. The first time
I've seen that
Yeah.
one.
So, and then there's the like Vacatia or drama hubs, which would be Bachelor, Bachelorette, Love Island, these kind of things, right?
Yeah.
And then there's some more heartwarming and wholesome one, like the Australian show Love on a Spectrum and these kind of things as well. So it's kind of, I guess everyone could maybe have their genre of dating show that they like. But I think it's also, it doesn't matter the genre. There's always something that draws people to this.
Yeah.
Whether I mean, for some people, it might be that your life isn't very exciting, or you don't have any love in your life, or you're just like, you love the drama it provides. It's like, what are they going to do this
It's
week?
like a big dopamine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We talked about living vicariously,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But the younger generation are apparently dating is such a hassle
Yeah.
these days. So much time,
Yep.
effort, emotional baggage, and so forth. So a lot of my younger friends who are obsessive over these young poo tell me, I don't want to go on dates anymore. It's just so tiring. It's like work home, and then where do you get the love that you need through these young poo?
Yeah, it's
just
like
lying in your bed.
escapist entertainment.
Exactly.
You know, it's like to get rid of the day-to-day grind. You know, and then you can just live through them. Exactly.
I mean, also as someone who's not a Gen Z, but who's single, when I watch a whole season of a dating show, I go through my whole spectrum of emotions of like, oh, I want to date too, up to like, oh, thank goodness I'm not dating. Oh, that's too much
That's
drama.
exactly
I can't
why
do
I don't
it.
want to date anyone.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like, after a whole season, I feel like, wow, I just had a relationship.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been through like 6
100%.
different
I
relationships.
fell in love and
Yeah.
I fell out of love.
Sunflower Name says, I love watching dating shows. 하트 시그널, 솔로 듀오, Singles Inferno, Transit Love, all the shows that we mentioned. 나는 솔로는 데이팅 쇼라기보다는 인간 심리 공부 쇼. So shows like I Am Solo feels more like a study of human psychology.
Yeah, that's an
for
interesting
sure. But and
way
it's
to
also
put it.
it's interesting to see how people act when they get put into these situations.
Yeah,
You know, they might
very
be
abnormal situation.
they might be a totally different person in the real world.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the reason why maybe some of these relationships, or maybe a lot of them, don't pan out.
Right.
Because that maybe if I'm the male in this and I'm just like, I just want to win, I'll do whatever I need to do to win. You know, I could be a completely different person.
Yeah.
I'll win.
Like, it becomes more of like a pride thing. Like, as a
100%.
man, I don't want to leave the show
Yeah.
with no ladies loving me.
Yeah, go
Right.
back to my
So
real
I will
life.
go
No
out
way.
of my way.
Exactly.
Even
The
though I don't love you,
competitiveness.
I will pretend to love you, kind of thing.
if the two of you were single, would you, if there was an opportunity, if you were offered to be on one of these shows,
Sure. Yeah.
and let's up the stakes, the pay is great. It's an amazing
Hey,
amount of
that
pay.
helps.
Would you go on the show?
I've thought about this question because I'm a big what if type of person.
Yeah.
It depends on what age I am.
Okay, I'm going to give you the age. You are 28.
Oh, maybe not if I'm that young.
Really?
Yeah.
But if you're older, would you be?
Chamanchu, if I'm 28, naturally meet someone. But if I am like late I don't know. I'm not judging anyone out there. It's just me.
No.
Late 30s and wanting so much to get married, but I'm out of options. I've asked every one of my friends to introduce me to everyone. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, life is short.
Yeah.
And they pick like the best of the best. Like, for example, Singles Inferno.
Yeah.
You know.
In a way, how people use dating apps,
right,
or 결혼정보회사, these companies that kind of matchmake.
Sure.
People, the show producers, they do that work for you,
right?
So in a way, if you are actually interested in finding, a good partner, it's I think it's not
I think for
right.
myself, I would just be, if I said no to that and I had no outside ties, like obviously children, a wife, all these kind of things. I don't care the age I was at, I'd probably say yes. Just because the experience alone. And also if it's one of these ones where I get to go live on an island for a month, hey, happy days.
Hey, and then you go to paradise.
Exactly.
What the most expensive hotel in Korea for a night?
Yeah.
Honestly, those beautiful mansions that they live in, I'll
do it for that.
I'll sign up for that.
And then
the
also, I would
helicopter
try
ride.
to, even though it seems like I'm not compatible with somebody, I'm still trying to sell myself on that show.
Yeah.
I'd be getting other jobs afterwards.
Oh, right. Of course.
I would make sure that I'm not going to make myself look like a complete
idiot.
I don't know
Right,
exactly,
right.
right? And then maybe, all right, I'm out. Okay, I'm back in with something else.
Exactly. I think all of the people who appear on these shows have ulterior motive.
They'd
right?
have to, yeah.
I mean, because that's kind of the fun of it, to see, these everyday regular people, become somewhat famous and have their own platform. Some of these people use that platform in a very lovely way. Others make different choices.
Yeah.
By the way, this is a random fact. I actually saw the girl from Singles Inferno, the latest season, 2 weeks ago.
Wait, are you talking about the one who's also like Korean American?
No, not 최민아수, Kim Go-eun. I saw her like right
she was
next
a model.
to me.
In Busan?
Because you know what? Funny story. Me and my friend was at this. Did you know Peggy Goo was here in Busan?
Oh yeah, I saw her.
The golf.
I was there.
You were there.
Yeah, I was there. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So we were there for, I'm not a golfer, so I was there for Peggy Goo. And then me and my friend were like, oh, let's take a selfie. And then this pretty lady that I saw her dancing in front of Peggy Goo. And I was like,
get out of my picture.
But I didn't think much of it. But she was like, kept on looking at the camera like 의식하는 거 있잖아요.
She was very aware.
And I was like, okay, we're taking a selfie. We're not trying to take. And then that's what made me look at her in the face.
Yeah.
And I was like, she's that girl from Singles Inferno.
Then she starts really turning. She's like, oh.
She's like, and my friend was like, 같이 찍자 해볼까? And I'm like, well, she's not technically a celebrity, but almost celeb-like.
Yeah. I mean, she was on the recent season of Singles Inferno.
Yes.
Everyone's beautiful there, but she was exceptionally beautiful.
Yeah, she was the kind of quote unquote Maggie of the season. Like she was the star of this. Her along with Chae-min-asu.
That's right.
You guys are hilarious.
Wait, so the
This is
two of
amazing.
you, when in that situation, when you know there's a celebrity nearby, Andrew, I bet you're good at just going up and like being friendly and saying
It depends
hello.
on the situation I'm in, because of working here, I had the opportunity to get media passes and stuff, and that was part of the reason why I was at the golf and then went to that
I
concert
see.
as well. You kind of have to be careful in that situation because you don't want to overstep your bounds professionally.
Right.
Because if you have that pass on and you're like, hey, can I get a picture? Some people, they just don't care. I just don't want to be, kind of listed on like, okay, don't give that guy any more. But I've been at things for like Biff and stuff like that. And there's times I get pictures with people and I don't even know who they are. They're Korean celebrities, and I'll go home and I'll say to my wife, like, I got a picture of this guy. Oh my God, what?
Name one.
Okay, what's the guy from Parasite?
우식?
No.
송강호.
The older guy, the father.
Yeah, 송강호.
Yeah. I got
You
a
don't
photo.
even know.
No, I did. But I did know who he was. He was the
You knew
ones
his
that I knew.
face.
Yeah. But there were some directors and stuff like that I didn't know. Yeah. So, and then I'll show the picture and she'll be like, what? How does this happen?
That's good.
Like, you should have came with me.
I get too shy.
You get too shy.
I
get shy
want to
too.
have the courage too, but what
Yeah.
I do is like if there's someone near me, I'm like, Okay, don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Really?
Don't say anything.
But just stare secretly.
3 o'clock. Look at your 3 o'clock. Look at this. Don't look at. Don't look. That's what I do.
Oh, you use kind of like the
Yeah, and like don't. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, usually I wouldn't care. I just go talk to anybody. It doesn't
I like
matter.
that. Yeah.
Or if I'm out with my kids, and maybe you have this as well, I'll be like, throw your ball over there. And I'll just like, oh, 죄송해요.
And they're like,
wait, that's
stare your eyes out.
Nice to meet you.
I'm going to use my puppy next time that way. Yeah.
Dogs are the best.
Oh, I'm sorry. My dog is so silly. Oh, hi. I love your work.
Oh, didn't know.
Oh, you want to help me pick
so
this up?
cute. I should have pulled one of those, but I was just too shy.
Well, Danny Lim is also chiming in saying that I Am Solo, 나는 Solo is their favorite. You know also why I think, let's talk about like why these shows are so popular. But what I noticed is these shows, they create an opportunity for intergenerational conversations. So I find myself watching these shows with like my older aunties and uncles, and they're like, what did they say? What is that? And I try to explain to them.
Right.
And then they tell me stories about how dating or the lack of dating was like back in their days.
Right.
So I don't know. There is something more than just the kind of the drama and the dopamine of it all.
Exactly. And you talked about intergenerational. There was one thing that struck me while I was watching Singles Inferno was that these young ladies, when they're talking about, oh, who do you like? I like this guy. I like that guy. And they already knew all their jobs of each other. But the girls said, I don't care how much money he makes because I can make money. I just want to love him for who he is. But that concept was quite new because even when I was getting married, when you're as a female getting married to someone, we kind of have to look at their background and like how much income. But these ladies were like, that's
not
like
worried
the
about
least thing I worry about. I mean, that should be how it is, but it was so, in a way, refreshing, but they were so out for, openly speaking about it.
Yeah, totally. I think another reason that these are very popular, and it's kind of like the interactive fandom where some of these shows the audience can vote on things, or on some shows they get extra prizes and stuff like that.
That's right.
But one of the things that I used to love, and this is people they've become a little bit better at spoiling things or not spoiling things on social media, but when like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, when that happened, and after the final show, people just go to the book or whatever it is, and they're just like, I can't believe he picked her. That girl, he doesn't know what happened behind the scenes. She's a snake, or he's like all the stuff that would come out, and I'd just be like, popcorn. I'm just here for the comments.
Right.
Back and forth.
Well, the surprising element at the very end.
I am curious about Canadian versions of dating shows because I believe even for the I Love Is Blind series, there was a Canada version.
There was one of my friends was on the, I don't know if it was called The Bachelor Canada or Single Something Canada. He was off it quite quick though. He didn't last very long. But he was like a friend of mine from high school. It was kind of funny. And he was known as he was like an oil worker from this place. It was like, but he was very like enthusiastic, like charming, that kind of stuff. But I guess it just didn't pan out. But maybe I should have contacted him before today and got a little more inside
the
scoop.
Juicy scoop of it.
Yeah.
I know my gym coach, previous coach, has been on 나는 솔로, and he uses that
definitely
footages on his gym. Yes, because he came out as the buff guy. Without his shirt on.
Good for him.
Or like his profile.
So I bet it helped his business.
Yeah, of course. Because everyone, it's like, who?
That's like
who's
when
your
you go
gym
to the
coach?
restaurants and they have in the wall, it's like the TV studio came and then like somebody was eating there and it's signed. It's like, we were on this one 2 months ago.
This is so funny. This is like a very like 2020s, 2026 culture. But my little connection is my sister-in-law's sister's best friend. Was on
what?
My
Your
sister-in-law's
sister.
my brother's wife's sister's friend was on
a
I Am
stranger.
Solo.
Oh, I see.
stranger, but she was an Oksun, so I did get a look. But very tight-lipped about like the result because they film it ahead of time.
Oh yeah, they sign like an NDA and all that kind of stuff. They're not allowed to to release anything.
Right.
Yeah, but
They can't go on dates either.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Oh, so they're wearing those big masks and everything.
Drive around in those
all
big
those
black
spies
vans.
on netizens. They're all like doing their spy
I think that'd be
work.
so hard in Korea because it's, if you look at something like Canada or the U.S., obviously much larger countries. In Korea, like if they're all right and they know that everyone online would be like, oh, that she's from Seoul or he's from Busan. She's originally from Yosu.
Yeah.
The people would be out looking for them.
Yeah,
100%. And they would
course.
find them for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
I saw them with a different man. It doesn't pan out for them.
And now that we have AI, there are so many crazier rumors
yes. Yeah.
with the
You mean with fake news
yeah,
and
fake
deepfakes?
news.
Yeah.
And, because in the latest season for Singles Inferno, there was one guy who there was so much news about him because he was seen with another girl back in New York, and he had to come out on TV show saying, "That's not me." Come on,
remember
everyone.
this. Yeah, and nowadays they make that kind of post on their social media with like a black background, like either it's an apology or like I'd like to clarify my stance.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are basically
Yeah.
public figures.
Yeah, for sure.
celebs.
The few American dating shows I've seen, I mean, the biggest vibe difference is there's definitely more cattiness and
Yeah.
more like scandalous aspects to the American shows compared to Korean. But when I think about, our stereotypes of like Canadians, I wonder if the Canadian dating shows, they're just so polite.
It's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I'm sorry
yeah.
about
Kept
that.
on saying
Let me
that.
get that door for you. I'm sorry. Oh, you're leaving? Let me get the door. Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming. Sorry to hurt your feelings. I'm sorry.
Oh, I've heard about this sorry culture. Didn't
Yeah.
experience
Yeah,
it, but
no, it's
yeah.
a lot.
so polite.
I think
so
one of the
lovely.
other things that people love or why they love these shows, it's almost like a guilty pleasure of judgment.
Oh,
Like,
of course.
You're looking
You're
at
like
them.
a love guru when you're watching.
Oh, you think
he
you know
shouldn't
everything.
have. Yeah.
You think you know everything. So it's like you're critiquing the bad behavior, the red flags. It's almost
Exactly.
like when you're in like, if you think like you see those scary movies where people are in a theater like, don't open that door.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what it's like with these shows. They're like, I can't
Exactly.
believe he was kissing that other girl last night. I can't believe it. And look at him. He's looking at her right now. Like you said, the producer's
Exactly.
like, camera there now.
Right
And it's
now.
like- so it's hilarious.
That's why I love watching the Yompu with
Yeah.
my husband, because we always have a discussion
Yeah.
on who's a better expert and who's like, we're like making our guesses
Yeah.
like, oh, look, I told you he likes her.
Real talk, who's the better?
Yeah,
who's the better
And-
expert?
And we
though?
always end up asking each other, so who would you pick if you were on the show? And I'll be like, no one, you're my favorite guy. And he's like, no, just do it. And I start like raving over one guy, and
Yeah.
my husband's like, stop right there.
Yeah.
I was like, you asked. I'm
Yeah.
just being honest.
I asked one
And
thing,
I don't
not
ask
10.
him back. I'm like, I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Don't to tell me if you're gonna talk crap, like talk bad about this.
But I do appreciate the diversity that's happening in dating shows too. So in the last few years, there's a term in Korean called 돌아온 싱글즈, 돌싱.
Yes.
So there are shows for divorced people.
Yeah, for sure.
And those shows are really like heartfelt, and you can feel the kind of pressure that those people feel after divorce, especially the ones who have children. And you see them bonding. It's not just about who you make a love connection with. Like a lot of the seasons, they end up like becoming really close friends.
Yeah, but I think the big thing with that is that whenever you meet someone for the first time anyway, you're just looking for something in common.
Yeah.
Whether it's like, oh, you're interested in sports or you like fashion or these things, they immediately have something in common. They were in love at one point and it failed.
And they all share that heartbroken
Yes.
moments together.
Exactly.
And so I cry all the time. Did you watch? Are you talking about the one that they did in the U.S.? That
one I've seen too.
They did
I've never
a
seen it.
season of 돌싱글즈, divorced couples
Yeah.
in the U.S. So they were speaking English.
They grew up in the
Korean?
U.S.
Right,
most
right.
of them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they have that
So-
shared experience as
Yeah.
immigrants.
As a
Yeah.
Korean American, and then also shared experience of having experienced divorce. So that was something that was like relating to a lot.
I mean, we can go on forever, but
No.
It's very interesting.
Oh, I'm so sad this quarter's over
See,
already.
when we first started and we said 30 minutes,
Yeah.
it
I
just
knew it.
honestly
and I still have
flies
like
by.
5 more things that I wanted to talk about, but
another
sadly, time
Yeah.
is
Another time.
up. 네, and we do have a message coming in from Whatchu님 who says, I don't really watch dating shows or food shows, but I hope after listening to our lively discussion,
check it out.
Have a little bit of curiosity about this yumpu.
Hope we didn't give you a new addiction here.
Yes.
They just go and watch, 40 hours binge watch, 6 seasons.
Exactly.
Now I know everything.
Exactly. You guys, you have to get on this. Yumpu is so fun, especially if you're here in Korea.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you so much for
Yes,
the
for sure.
lovely
This is great.
conversation,
Yeah.
Haeyeon and Andrew. And I hope to see you guys around.
Yeah, I'll see
more
you.
often.
Have a great rest of the week.
Yeah, enjoy your time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Oh, what are we doing now? We are going to. It's time for the listeners' request a song of the day. We are actually going to listen to a song. I'm sorry. This is "What If" by 강승식.
Tell me, let me know. 저 달이 사라질지 선명해질지 Make a crescendo. 뭔가 다른 게 있다면 내 맘에 밤을 채워줘. 깊어진 다툼 커지는 상처 끝에 sun goes down. 번지는 어둠 넘어 저 달이 보여. 길이면 밤을 비춰줄 수 있을까. Baby, look at my eyes. 잊었던 설렘을 가르쳐줘. 선택을 해, yes or no. 숨이 남아있었다는 사실을 알려줘. I'm gonna get your heart. 새로운 시작, go, 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 go. What if I get her? I'm running out of time. 또 다른 선택, go, 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 go. What if 믿고 있어? 너의 가진 너의 온기 뜨거워진 눈빛 Go, 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 go. What if 알고 싶어? 이미 불끈진 나의 맘이 행복하는 위기 Go, 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 go. What if 알고 싶어? What if I get her? 어디로 가야 할지 몰라 잘 몰라 나를 채워줘 어두웠던 내 그림자를 밝혀줘 새로운 맘에 때로는 익숙함에 close to you 심장이 뛰고 있어 떨림이 느껴 두려운 마음을 속여 나를 소나게 해 다시 불끈진 나의 온기 뜨거워진 눈빛 Go, 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 go. What if 알고 싶어 이미 불끈진 나의 맘이 행복하는 위기 Go, 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 go. What if 알고 싶어 What if I get around 우리 사랑의 시작과 끝의 차이 You know that 다를 거라는 말 Throw it far away 알잖아 everything's light Baby look at my eyes 잊었던 설렘을 가르쳐줘 선택을 해 yes or no 숨이 남아있었다는 사실을 알려줘 보여줘 you know what I'm trying to get your heart 새로운 시작 go 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 What if I get her I'm running out of time 또 다른 선택 go 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 What if 믿고 있어 baby 그저 나의 온기 뜨거워진 눈빛 Go 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 What if 알고 싶어 이미 불끈진 나의 맘이 행복하는 위기 Go 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 What if 알고 싶어 What if I get her
Can you hear it? Feel the sound of Busan. Your city, your story, your vibe. Tune into For My Busan.
everyone, you've tuned in to For My Busan. It is time now for the listeners' requested song of the day, Busan Playlist. This is a segment where you and I build a playlist together based on a daily theme. And today's topic was marriage. So it was like, tell us your go-to song when you think about marriage. And we did have a lot of texts coming in today from Huchu님, who says, I think the best match is someone who laughs at the same moments and finds happiness in the same little things. In the end, it's sharing everyday life that helps love last. 아, 맞아요. 그 작은 순간의 작은 행복을 같이 소중하게 여기고 같이 웃어줄 수 있는 그 사람이 정말 뭔가 사랑을 오래 할 수 있게 하는 그런 요소인 것 같습니다. And your song request was The Cranberries by Linger. 네, we also have another message coming in from 고수님. 결혼 상대 꼭 봐야 하는 거 식성? 밥 먹을 때 밥 통째로 잡고 먹는 거면 결투 신청할 것 같습니다. 크크크. 저의 신청곡은 너에게 쓰는 편지 by Lin. 밥 먹을 때 밥 통째로 먹으면 너무 사랑스러워 보일 것 같은데 결투를 신청할 것 같아. 그냥 돌려서 얘기하는데 귀엽게 봐주실 것 같아요, 고수님이. We also have another message coming in from 착한 맛 던지 네스통게. 전 결혼 상대로 중요한 건 성격입니다. 성격이 잘 맞아야 재미있게 지낼 수 있을 것 같습니다. 두근거리지 마, 비주 노래 신청합니다 라고 보내주셨네요. 성격 당연히 너무너무 중요하죠. And another message from 이유진님. I definitely consider the partner's personality first. However, in reality, I usually fall in love with good-looking guys. I think this is the biggest reason why I'm still single. 해가 될까? by 우주 신청해 주셨네요. 네. 그쵸. 성격이 중요한 걸 알지만 첫 인상이라는 게 있잖아요. 그죠? 그래서 잘생기면 뭐 마음이 가는 건 어쩔 수 없는 부분인 것 같습니다. 초반에는요. Alright, if you guys still want to join in on this conversation and send me a message and another song request, please do so by sending us a message through sharp 9051. You can also contact us through Kakao Talk. We also have an application, BEFM. Or you can join us through our Natube channel. Alright, we're going to listen to 해가 될까 by 우주, and this was requested by 이유진님.
해가 닿지 않는 그 밤 난 거기 있었지 가끔씩 들려오는 소리들을 외면한 채 새어든 빛이 보여 문틈 사이에 피어난 호기심 견딜 수 없어 해요 들여다보니 의미가 보여 참았던 기억 쏟아져버려 질문은 시작이 돼 우린 해가 될까 해가 될까 너는 해가 될까 나를 부셔 어쩌면 해가 될까 눈이 부신 엉켜버린 공간에 엉켜버린 마음들 I don't wanna stop it 해가 될까 해가 될까 해가 될까 익숙한 실루엣들 너를 감싸는 그림자 춤을 추듯 움직이는 듯해 그게 내가 아닌 걸까 I fall I can't deny 자꾸 빠져들게 돼 새어든 빛이 보여 문틈 사이에 피어난 호기심 견딜 수 없어 해요 내게서 떨어진 나의 조각이 다른 누구의 한 조각이 돼 어떤 표정을 지어야 해 우린 해가 될까 해가 될까 너는 해가 될까 나를 부셔 어쩌면 해가 될까 눈이 부신 얽혀버린 공간에 얽혀버린 마음들 I don't wanna stop it 해가 될까 해가 될까 다시 내가 될까 해가 될까
Welcome back, everyone. Again, today's playlist topic is marriage. So, what do you think is the most important quality in a marriage partner? If you could choose one, what would be the most essential, most important requirement for the person who you would marry? 여러분이 결혼 상대를 결정할 때 꼭 봐야 하는 것, 이거 하나만큼은 포기할 수 없다. 이런 거 오늘 알려주시는 거였습니다. 그리고 가장 듣고 싶은 듀엣곡도 하나 신청해 주시면 됩니다. So we're getting a lot more messages today. We have one from 가지나무님. 저는 가까운 친구들을 먼저 봅니다. 친구를 보면 그 사람을 더 잘 알 수 있거든요. 친구가 없는 사람은 이유가 있더라고요. 네, 그 친구를 보면은 그래서 보통 사귀다 보면은 약간 베프나 그 친구들이랑 또 같이 또 한번 놀기도 하고 그렇게 되는 게 자연스럽게 또 이 사람에 대해서 더 알고 싶어서 그냥 베프 앞에서는 그 사람의 본연의 모습이 나오니까요. 그럴 수 있군요. 네, 그리고 신청곡은 친구라도 될 걸 그랬어 by 거미. We have another message from 5081 who says 뭐니 해도 식성이 맞아야죠. 먹는 게 안 맞으면 평생 괴로워요. 맞아요. 저도 이제 야식 같은 거를 먹는 걸 좋아하는데 연프 같은 걸 보면서 이게 이제 남편이 같은 야식을 먹어주고 막 같은 걸 봐줘야 이게 재밌는 거거든요. 그래서 식성 아주 중요합니다. 맞습니다. 네, 신청곡은 결혼할까요? by 시아 신청해 주셨네요. We have another message from 5047. I believe that the most important thing in life is communication between people. That's why I consider a good sense of humor to be the most important quality in a person. No matter how difficult life goes, I believe that if we can share laughter together, we can overcome anything. 네. 그래서 소통이 너무 중요하고 특히나 유머 코드가 좀 잘 맞았으면 좋겠다 이런 말씀을 해주신 것 같네요. 맞아요. 근데 보통 커플을 보면은 둘 중에 한 명이 더 웃긴 사람이 있더라고요. 유머 코드 너무 중요하죠. 신청곡은 너의 의미 by IU 김창환입니다. Another message from 토마토님. 저는 취미생활요. 취미가 같으면 같이 공유할 수 있는 게 진짜 많아요. 이야기도 통하고 같이 취미생활도 가능해서 싸우더라도 화해할 수 있는 기회가 많을 것 같아요. 맞아요. 취미가 진짜 맞으면 너무너무 좋은 점이 많은 것 같아요. 특히 저는 운동 같은 취미가 맞으면 더 좋은 것 같아요. 같이 또 건강하게 오래오래 연애도 하고 같이 살아야 가야 되는 짝이니까 뭐 운동 같은 취미가 맞으면 전 너무 좋더라고요. 신청곡은 애타는 마음 by 울랄라 세션입니다. Another message from 김덕수님. 제가 제 남편을 선택한 단 한 가지 조건은 자기가 하는 일에서 최고라는 인정을 받은 사람이었습니다. 제 남편이 그런 사람이었고 지금은 자기 일이 아닌 부분은 제가 다 해야 해서 너무 힘듭니다. 근데 이거 왜 이렇게 저 공감 가죠? 맞아요. 저도 그 남편이 너무너무 자기 하는 이 분야에서는 킹 왕짱 뭐 이런 거에 조금 반했다가 다른 거는 아무것도 못 하더라고요. 그래서 지금까지도 제가 다 하는 너무너무 공감 가는 그런 부분입니다. Because there's always two sides to a story, right? So now I feel like I would look, if I could choose again, more of a well-rounded person. 하지만 행복합니다. 네, 신청곡은 이정석 조갑경의 사랑의 대화입니다. Another final message from 4625. 결혼 상대를 고를 때 제일 중요한 건 서로에 대한 존중인 것 같아요. 불같은 사랑은 사그라질 수도 있지만 서로에 대한 존중, 자신과 자녀에 대한 존중은 변하지 않고 변하지 않아야 한다고 생각합니다. 존중이 너무너무 중요하죠. 근데 가족이 되는 순간 그걸 지키는 게 정말 힘들기도 하죠. 그래서 저는 요즘 존댓말 쓰는 거를 조금 하고 있습니다. 서로 존중 좀 해보려고요. 마이티마우스의 랄랄라 신청합니다. And for today's playlist prize winner, it is 5081님. 너무너무 축하드립니다. 오늘 저희가 커피 쿠폰 바로 보내드리겠고요. 신청해주신 결혼할까요? 시아가 부른 결혼할까요? 틀어드리면서 저는 여기까지가 아니고 노래 한번 듣고 다시 오겠습니다. And we are, I'm sorry, this is, I apologize for the confusion as I'm talking to my producer. I am going to be turning on the song in just a few moments, but this was such a pleasure today, especially the panel discussion with Han and Andrew. I had so many more things that I wanted to talk about Yeonpa. I could go on for at least an hour or so, but I'm so sad that segment had ended so quick. But again, so happy to be hosting today's show. It was such a pleasure, so fun, so much fun. I hope you guys had enjoyed today's show with me as well. All right, again, this is 결혼할까요 by Sia, and I will see you tomorrow.
목소리 무엇보다 내게 큰 힘이 되죠. 세상을 등지고 싶을 때 그대의 작은 어깨에 기댈 때면 난 다시 꿈을 꾸죠. 희망이란 놈을 찾죠. 내 두 눈에 항상 그댈 담고 싶네요. 사랑해.
푸른 하늘보다 더 넓은 바다보다 더 그댈 사랑할 수 있는 나예요. 세상 어떤 말도 부족하지만 그대에게 전하고 싶은 말 그대를 사랑할게요. 영원히 지켜줄게요. 처음과 같은 마음을 매일 선물할게요. 한여름 날에 눈이 내릴 때까지 나의 사랑 변하지는 않아요. 평생 행복을 안겨줄 소중한 사람이에요. 지금 꼭 잡은 두 손 다시는 놓치지 마요. 약속해줘요. 항상 같은 자리에 나와 함께하기를.
알고 있나요? 그대 때문에 사랑하는 법을 배웠어요. 우는 것조차 모두 던 내가 당신이 아파 할 때면 눈물이 나요. 아프지 마요. 언제나 웃어요. 약속할게요. 그대만을 사랑해요. My love, 나와 결혼해줘요.